right. I'll admit it. It's Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, depending on where you are. Appreciate you guys being here. Oh, we got a good one tonight. Great topic. You are watching Andrea and Andrea's Love Crossing Borders, where we love to help you find love across borders or just fall in love with the borders that you cross. Just left my man Kings and Dreams birthday celebration on YouTube. A lot of us passport bros and YouTubers got together to help him celebrate his 39th birthday. So happy birthday to Kings and Dreams, my man James. Much love. Shout out to you guys being here. Thought I was going to be here alone. We got 32 people in the building already. I like you. Make sure you like us too. Click that like button, because we already know
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Andrea has something she wants to say to me. Shout out to you. All right, guys. As I was saying, just left Kings and Dreams birthday celebration. Shout out to him being here and celebrating his birthday. My man Shay, we're going to do the shout outs in a moment. Let's get some music going real quick, guys. Let's get some music. Change the mood. Let me turn that down just a little bit. Bam. Give us some music. Does make us feel good. There we go. I'll turn that up just a tad bit because we're about to do some shout outs. There we go. All right, guys. Tonight's topic is why. I'm going to give you 10 reasons why the passport bros are leaving the black communitah behind. I'll say it again. For all you guys that actually think that we're just leaving the system of the United States behind, the laws, the ladies, we're leaving the lack of opportunities, the unhealthy foods. For those of you that think that these are just the only things that we're leaving behind as Blue Book gentlemen, expats, and passport bros, you got this travel game messed up. You need to go on back to the States, because I'm telling you right now, when you decide to travel to other countries, you're not only leaving friends and family that love you so much back in the States, you are leaving all the issues of the black communitah. And we're going to talk about what at least 10 of those issues or 10 of those things are, or reasons why the passport bros are leaving the black communitah on the midnight train to Georgia. Oh yeah, leaving on the midnight train. So make sure we got 49 people in the building. Click that like button. I like you. Make sure you like us too. We appreciate the cash apps, the super chats, all the financial support, because you know what? We're always donating on this channel. Shout out to my man Shay Shar in the building. First of all, coming right out the gate. Black empowerment is here as well. Shout out to you. Salute, kind sir. You see us gray-haired brothers, gray bearded brothers, gotta keep it together. Mine's not full like that, but I wish I could get a full beard. I really do. But I'll take a goatee. Stefano's in the building. Brother, we got a great show tonight. Hola, mi gente. Shout out to my man Stefano. And David's here. David said, salute Andre and family. He said halfway to a drink in hand Friday. Yes, halfway there. I got a special drink that a brother brought me from the States yesterday. I didn't even know this drink existed, so I'm not even going to announce this one. But yeah, definitely a brother brought it to me. He also says, I like the picture of that brother running from those hyenas on the thumbnails. Yes, sir. Brother's getting away. It's done. It's a wrap. Most brothers we know aren't going anywhere. Let's put it like this. Let's not exaggerate the passport bro movement. We know it's a small movement of black expats, black passport bros, black men that are using their passport for more than just Canada and Mexico. We know we're not the largest group, but at the same time, we're having a great impact. And that's the key thing. We got 57 in the building. Click that like button. I like you. Make sure you like us too, and we already know.
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, oh yeah.
Oprah is coming next because we're establishing this as a place of truth. My man Black Scorpion is in the building. Shout out to you, brother, being here. Appreciate you being here. Love W. Hope I pronounced that correctly. What up, though? Sound like a Detroiter right there.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with them Detroit boys. He says, stay fit for life, for L, capital L. Yes, sir. Went to the gym today. Got me a great workout for a couple of hours. And I'll be right back home in the gym mañana, tomorrow. He said, good evening. Good evening to you, kind sir, as well. We got my man, Charles. One of the moderators of the year. And Charles says, he said, that nasty, really, Charles? That nasty A, gritty A, grimy A, fire A intro. That is going to be good. That's going to be a good one. Oh, you see that intro? Yeah. Y'all already know the deal. No drops for me. He said, but Dallas stand up. Shout out to Dallas. Hold on, let me see if I got a Dallas one in here. Now I know about the Texas boys coming down to Candy Toy. Come on, I gotta bring that one back. Now I know about the Texas boys coming down to Candy Toy. Come on, I couldn't forget about them Texas boys. Yes, sir. Shout out to Mr. Warwick in the building. Shout out to you. Taquan being in the building. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate you being here this evening. Shout out to you.
813 Trigger City. Let's get it.
Here we go. And my man Jonathan of the Anderson family. Salute to the chat. Andre Austin just made B-Dub my new fave. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you for the B-Dub. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My man Jonathan, once again, he says, Andre, the Passport theme song, the intro, the drop. Hey, it is what it is, man. I love that. And I've always thought about changing it, but it sounds so good that I just leave it alone. Shout out to my man Vernon being in the building. He say, Dre, your channel is fantastic. Yes, man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that our channel is doing great. All the channels, all 4 or 5 of the channels. I'm exhausted. All 5 of the channels are doing great. And it's all because of you guys. But this one right here, this is family. I on the other channels, I got to be all suited up and professional and kind of focused. But when I come here, I can have fun. I could just let loose on the channel, in a respectful way to YouTube policies. But I can let loose on the channel and really enjoy the show. Shout out to you guys. Oh, my man, Black Nubian's in the building. Shout out to you being here.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
Them Canadian boys at it again, Mom. They're at it again with the $2 super sticker. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. And my man E-Man is here. E-Man is here. Shout out to you, brother. Glad that you made it this day, this fine day. Let me see if I can get that. There we go. All right. And my man Tammy King is in the building. He said, Andre, I was watching the stream on Kings and Dreams, and everybody on the panel was giving great advice. Yes, that's what I love about that panel that we were on this evening. I really do panels now. It is rare that you're going to see me on a panel from now on. But that's my boy, my family, King James. I had to definitely be there for his 39th birthday celebration. So shout out to him, and shout out to you for the $20 super chat. Shout out to Stefano. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, come on, guys. Come on, show your boys some love. Y'all already know me.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Shout out to my man, Official Kobe. He came out the gate with it, not with the bow tie only, looking clean and dapper. But first reason is the ungodly hyena women. Is this the first one on the list? Is this the first one on the list? We're going to go down the list in advance to let you guys hear what the top 10 reasons are. And the hyenas, I don't name them specifically, but indirectly, yes. Mike Lowry's in the building. Shout out to you. Club Shay Shay had over 160,000 on the live stream. Man, you know why?
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, oh yeah.
Shannon Sharp getting network numbers. If Shannon Sharp continues on at this trajectory, at the end of the year, Shannon Sharp's YouTube channel will easily crack 10 million. And I was sitting back thinking last week, what female comedian could he bring on that could get the numbers of Cat Williams? I kid you not. I sat back and I say, what female comedian? Because I want, it would be nice to see a fair and balanced analysis. But what comedian could he bring on? Boy, they knocked it out the park. Monique. They couldn't have gotten better. That interview with her was excellent. I'll be watching it a few times. You guys already saw the video that I dropped a few hours ago. I didn't even wait. The live stream on Club Shay Shay wasn't even over, and I dropped my reaction video to Monique talking about Cat Williams, to Raji P talking about Oprah. My reaction to her was also filled with Tyler Perry, as well as her talking about her family and her family dynamics. And a lot of it was parallel to what a lot of us passport bros go through when it comes to our families not understanding our personal journey. So shout out to Monique, shout out to Club Shay Shay. And me and Andre, we looked at it. When we looked, it was 134,000 when we got on. And then by the time, I got off, it was at 140. You say you need a consultation? Price, no problem, brother. Shoot me an email without a problem. Let me put the email banner up. So write that email down. Any of you guys that are interested in consultations coming to Colombia or any part of South America, because we hone our consultations to not just be for one country, but for the whole South American region. So we cater to the whole region in regards to what specific tools we offer that a person will need, the network that we offer that a person will need. So we don't sit back and talk about specific restaurants in Rio. We don't talk about specific restaurants in Paraguay, in Uruguay. But the consultation package, which caters to you specifically, we make sure that you're covered when you land anywhere in South America. That's one thing that we definitely try our best to do. Shout out to you. And if you guys that are interested, hit me up on the email and I got you back. All right, let's go on back. Oh, my man Vroom in the house. Shout out to the video of Philip Scott and Andrea Love Crossing Borders. Yeah, man, we did that one a while back. Yup. Shout out to Philip Scott, man. I like his African diaspora videos and channel. He does an excellent job. Philip Scott is the exact opposite of me because he still stays in the States. So he still has hands-on opportunity to make some changes in the black community. But as for dudes like me that don't live in the States, oh no. The black community, I'm just a guest now. Ain't no more picket signs. There is no more me dealing with police brutality. There's no more me dealing with bad lying politicians, bad black customer service at black restaurants or black stores or black when you're trying to get some work and you're trying to support one of your brothers and sisters' businesses and they give you a horrible customer service. No more dealing with that. Sorry. I leave that to you brothers and sisters that are still in the States trying to find black love and all that. It's not like I'm hating, but I don't live there anymore. So who am I to say something? All right, before I go any further, before I start mentioning anybody else, we're going to go down the list. The list today. Let me hit up the Cash App first, just in case any Cash Apps have come through from the Brotherhood. Shout out to my man Tevin with the $10 Cash App. I got to get a drop for the Cash App. Any of you guys that dropped the Cash Apps, I appreciate you this evening, and the Super Chat crew. Shout out to you. The 10 things. We're going to talk about them in general. I'm going to turn this down for a split second. Turn down that music. Andre, turn it down. Turn it down. I'm going to turn that down just for a second. The 10 things that have caused the passport bro movement, or caused passport bros to say, I'm done with that black community. Been there, done that. Some of you guys can save the community. I'll come back to those comments, guys, in a second, and the shout outs. Make sure you click that like button. We got 89 people in the building. Number one reason why passport bros are leaving the black community culture. The culture is not the same like it used to be. We're going to talk about that. Number two, the cycle is over and over again. Ever since the 70s, actually late 70s, early 80s, when we stopped being one unified culture, it's nothing's going to change. The kids of your kids' generation are worse than their mothers, that are worse than my generation. I thought our drug generation of the 80s and 90s was bad. I thought it was bad of all of us getting locked up and man, us expats, I thought it was bad. Generation Y, Generation Z, and Generation A coming down the turnpike, that cycle is not going to break in your lifetime or in the lifetime of your kids. That's why brothers are leaving. Number three, communication. In the black community, everybody talking, but ain't nobody saying nothing to each other. Everybody selective hearing. Women are hearing what they want to hear. Men are hearing what they want to hear, and nothing's getting done. Number four, comfortable in chaos. They love it. One of the things that you learn as a passport bro, that there is peace in certain locations of the world. I didn't say every location is perfect, but goodness gracious, it's as if our people are comfortable being in the chaos. We gonna automatically just vote Democrats, knowing the Democrats ain't done nothing for us. But then we're gonna run to Republicans because we don't like the Democrats. Then what should we do? That's up to you. Your vote is up to you. But we love that chaos in the United States. So brothers that don't like that constant or that being comfortable in chaos, got to be comfortable with how the police brutality always stopping you for no reason. You got to be comfortable with the high inflation when it comes to being, I kid you not, I didn't know how different you're treated in the Communitah and in the suburbs until I moved to the suburbs. I'm at Kroger's my whole life in the black community. Rotten bananas, rotten apples. You can smell the rotten fish when you walk into or beef when you walk into a Kroger's in some neighborhoods. The worse the neighborhood, the worse the Kroger's, right? Then I started making enough money and I could live in the suburbs. Soon as I walked through, they got the little water spritz going on the vegetables, keeping the lettuce all fresh. What the? I'm looking at the bananas. They waving back, all yellow and bright. Staff is all friendly. Staff is all different cultures, blacks, whites, Latinas. I'm looking like, and we just talking about Kroger's. I'm looking like maybe I'm seeing things. So I purposely, after I got done being, purchasing in the Kroger's in my neighborhood, I purposely drove back to the hood, to the Communitah, to look at the Kroger's. And I realized that it was controlled chaos, and I didn't want that anymore. And that's another reason why guys are getting their passports, because they're tired of controlled or comfortable, being comfortable in chaos. Not controlled chaos, but comfortable in chaos. Number 5 reason why passport bros are leaving the black Communitah, whether we want to admit it or not, is not a nice thing to say. This is nothing against the Communitah, because when we leave the country, we're leaving the Communitah behind as well. Constant complaining. If black people don't own nothing, we don't own a patent on nothing, We own the patent on complaining. We complain about stuff that we don't even have to complain about anymore. I'll say it again. Major layoffs are taking place across the country. And we think that it's only black people being laid off because that's what we see in our neighborhood. Everybody getting laid off in the United States. And so we got to make sure that we don't make the mistake of thinking that it's something new that we need to complain about. Because if we don't have no problem with doing something, it's easy for us to complain about something and not do anything about it. You guys will never hear me complain. One of my successes in life that got me to this point and got many men to this point, we don't complain. We make changes and adjustments, yes. We may not like a situation, correct, just like you wouldn't. But that complaining, they never put $1 in my pocket, and they never put $1 in yours either. Number 6, the clock. Time is winding down. I'm 56 going on 57 years old. How much time am I supposed to put into a community that ain't trying to change? Am I supposed to let's say I got 23 years left. Am I supposed to literally put the last 23 good years I got left into the black community? Or am I supposed to use my passport and just be a good example for or of the black community? I would rather spend my last 23 years being an example to other people around the world. This is what a good black person looks like, just like you guys are doing, than to sit up there and spend my last 23 years trying to create nonprofit programs that ain't working. All the scholarship programs. All the programs are telling them stop having them babies all the time. Trying to help Pookie from being Pookie anymore. Trying to help Ray get his bond money. I got tired. And a lot of us are tired. A lot of us dudes that put hella volunteer work into the black community are tired. Oh, you think it doesn't happen? Ask Alice, what was her name? The sister with the afro? Not Alice Walker. Alice Walker was the artist. I mean the writer of the Color Purple. I'm trying to think of Angela Davis. Ask those who moved to Costa Rica. Stokely Carmichael moved back to his country. You see all those black activists when you watch our intro that moved from the United States after being an activist. James Baldwin, all the heroes from the days of yore, the 60s and 70s movement. They moved. Frederick Douglass moved out of the States. There's only so many years that you can put into the community where you realize no change is about to take place anytime too soon. So you like, you know what? The clock is winding down on my life. And I'm not about to sit up there and be like, I love Dr. Cornel West. I can't be giving my whole life to the community. I'm sorry. I love the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But if you notice over the past couple of years, even Farrakhan has kind of like stepped back, and you can see him behaving as if he's in his twilight years for the last 10, 15 years. There's only so much you could give to the community that you see that's not changing. Number 7 reason why individuals, we're going to go in these through these in details. Number 7 reason why black people, y'all gonna have to get used to passport bros not being in the community. Closed-minded. You can't date anybody in the United States that don't want to make you a plate. You can't date anybody in the United States that sit back and say, I'm Miss Independent, I don't need a man. As soon as they tell you, I don't need a man, that's your exit sign right there. I know some of you dudes want to save the community by bringing black love together. All you Umarites, I got you. I feel you. You gonna still live in most people gonna still live in the United States. So if you're still gonna live there, you got to do something about it. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about dudes with passports that have decided to move. And one of the things that we have moved away from is I don't want to say it in a negative way, being a part of the advancement or changes of the black community. What can I do for black people for 3,000 miles away? I'm 3,000 miles away. Some of you are 7,000 miles away. Some of you guys are 18,000 miles away. What can you really do for the black community from 18,000 miles away? Let's be real. Other than just set an example and maybe send a few dollars to the United Negro College Fund, you can't do nothing no more. And I think that's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of brothers that are traveling to other countries. I'm still part of the black community. Yes, you're part of the black community in the sense of you're still of African-American descent, but you ain't part of the struggle no more. Stop acting like it. I'm gonna say this before we go to the next one. You are no longer a part of the struggle, Passport Bro. Stop pretending like you are. That's hypocritical. You live in a part of another culture. You in Thailand somewhere or in Cambodia. You in the Philippines. Whole new culture, whole new people. You down there where they got empires and kings, and you want to pretend like you part of the struggle over there in the States. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't part of that struggle. One of the reasons why is too many people are closed-minded. Can't tell brothers nothing, and sisters still talking like I'm Miss Independent. Okay. Next one, cost of living. Being in the black community is expensive than a mug. They gonna raise come on, let's be real, okay? Being in the black community, tell me they don't charge us more for houses. Tell us they don't try to hustle us more when it comes to purchasing vehicles. At least another extra 1,000 or 2,000. We can get the black people. Oh, your credit says that your credit is not good enough. You're like, wait a minute, I got an 800 credit score. What are you talking about? Oh, well, but according to here, extra 1,000 goes on. The next thing you know, you're paying an extra 2,000 to 3,000 on a car and you don't even notice it. It is expensive to try to support black businesses at times, isn't it? How many times y'all have called a black plumber to come do some work? He have to do a job, and now you got to call the Latin plumber to come. Now you done paid the brother already because you're trying to support the black business. Now you got to call the other one to come through because the brother didn't give you the service that you was 2 days later. The pipes busting again. So now you're calling Juan and them to come through, and he come through with a whole crew to get up under your kitchen sink, and they didn't find out what took place. And you so disappointed because you're like, I wanted to support my brothers and sisters. I wanted to get the black down. Now how many times have you had to pay twice for something because the quality was not up to par in our own community? So now you had to go somewhere else to get it again. It's expensive. It's expensive trying to support the black community. I don't know why we try to pretend like it's not. The next one that we're going to go to, like I said, I'm not even going to the details yet. The next one is, that was number 8. Number 9, confusion and contradiction. Women say, I want a man. Okay. But then I'm independent and I don't need no man. Oh, we want you, but we don't need you. That's contradiction. Make up your mind. How do you want me to be in your life? As a want that's replaceable? I want a new pair of shoes, but I don't need a new pair of shoes. Is that how you try? I want a new purse. What are we, an object to you? Contradictions that are taking place. We sit back and we said we want educated, focused, family men back in the community. But they're the same ones to tell us we're weirdos for reading books. We're odd, we're lames because we're not out there in the streets. We're busy building businesses and establishing real careers. And they look at us like we're odd because we're not out there having babies. Come on, guys. Stop me when I'm lying. How many times have you had females kind of question you at your manhood, your level of masculinity, or are you a crazy dude just because you ain't got no kids? I put a 1 in the comment section myself. I'll be the only one to put a 1 in the comment section. I know I ain't the only one that a female has questioned who I am as a man because I didn't bust up at her like Keith and them did. It's a contradiction. You can't tell me to be a man of responsibility, then at the same time you're looking at me crazy for being 50 years old and not busting up 3 or 4 or 5, 6 kids and having 2 or 3 baby mamas. Which one do y'all want? Confusion and contradiction. But when you get your passport, ain't nobody asked you that question, have they? Has anybody that's traveled to another country, has anybody ever asked you why you ain't got no kids? That's weird. You're a weirdo. You're odd. Thank you guys for letting me know that I'm not the only one with ones, because I've done over 220 consultations, and I've only had, out of 220 consultations over the last year of 2023, only 8 were fathers. That's it. That myth of black men just having babies all over the place, that is just that, a myth. That is not true. And that's why a lot of you dudes getting your passports to feel comfortable with the fact that you can go to another country and ain't nobody gonna question you or look down on you or look weird at you or call you a weirdo because you ain't busting up babies and throwing babies out there in the black community so they can get stuck on WIC and stuck in public school, from public school to prisons. Just because you want to be responsibility and act like you got some dang sense in your head, they want to put you down. Man, I'm so glad I'm out of the black community and they got to deal with that level of confusion anymore. I mean that. Number 10, reason. And we're going to go through these once again. Number 10 reason is things have changed. Every time a passport bro or a blue book gentleman or expat leaves the United States, I don't care if it's only for the weekend, and you come back, you notice that you've changed, even if the Communitah hasn't. And you notice that if you stay away from the Communitah about 3 months, and then you come back to the black Communitah, not only that you've changed, but the Communitah has changed. Lil Rico got kids now. Riri got kids. You like, I only been gone 3 months. Riri got kids now. They done tore down your high school in that time. You like, where'd my high school go? High school been torn down. Shout out to Finney in Detroit. My high school got torn down since I left the D. Them Finney Highlanders.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with me. That Communitah is no longer yours. The more you leave, the more changes will take place within yourself as well as in the Communitah. That the Communitah right now, the black community that existed when I first left full time 6 years ago, does not exist anymore. Let me change the music real quick. Let's change our music. There we go. Let's make it a lot smoother. Doesn't exist. I have no problem with admitting that part. We got 161 people in the building. Click that like button. I like you. I really do. Make sure you like us too. Let me go to these super chats. Shout out to my man Will being in the building. He said, Dre, respect to you and wifey. My journey to leave the black community, like the beard, Will, like the beard. He said, black community and the states started in, I'm mad at you, brother. I am not mad at you. 1989, that's when I got locked up, 1989. I wish I was hanging out with Will. I'd have been gone. He said, would love to share my story. It is surreal. Do me a favor, Will. do me a favor. Since you got a good story to share, man, you've been doing this since '89. Shoot me an email, man. Shoot me an email. I would love to have you on and do an interview with you. I really would. In all sincerity, shoot me an email. And if you didn't get a chance to see my email that was pulled up, I know Stefano and they will put it up as well, but I'm going to put it right here. Spence 2011 gmail.com. 2011 was really the time period me and my uncle Jeffrey Ghostface, when we started our journey in Tampa, when I first moved back to Tampa, 2011, and started this journey of preparing myself to live outside of the United States. Yep. My man Abraham's in the building. Father of many nations. Blessings, fam. I'm in Cali. Yes, he is. Hey, Abraham, this is the funny part. I'm acting like I wasn't the one that picked you up from the airport. It just hit me. It just hit me, man. Shout out to you, man. we hanging out this weekend, believe that. But I'm coming through tomorrow. Me and Andrea got to do some runs, but I'm gonna come through it and pick you up so we can go get something to eat again. We hung out, got some at a really nice restaurant, had a good time, man. Shout out to you with a $5. Appreciate you, brother, for being here tonight. We had a really good time. Jermon is in the building once again with the 550 in the building. He says, "What's up, big brother?" Chat room, fam. He said, "I'll quote my guy, Truth Teller, 410. He said the black community is still in shambles." Ooh, that's a way of putting it. In shambles. And let's just, you know what? I was going to go back in order, but I think I'll start with number 8 first. Number 6. Number 6 reason why the passport bro movement is moving beyond the black community. We're done with that. That movement is happened. Not saying that we don't love our black families. There's a difference between the black family and the black community, our black friends and the black community. But we have decided that, let me move this out of the way for a second, Jamal. We're running out of time. Some of us, like Taylor Made Dreams, 25, 30 years. Myself, 25, 30 years. Some of you guys may be younger, so you may have a good 40 years left. Don't waste it. If the community is just talking, because that's all we're doing is just talking like we want change, and we're talking like what should change, what we should do. Black men and black women should come together, should be responsible with our finances. We are worth a couple $1 trillion. We're the 8th largest economy in the world and the brokest month you ever saw. We still cook food as if we were still during the slave times. Let's make sure we got some collard greens and hog maws and pig feet. Make sure we got some raccoon and some, and we got to have the ribs, the barbecue ribs. Gotta have our chicken and our watermelon, don't we? Don't waste your time with that. Don't waste your time trying to convince, and I'm talking about number 6, the clock. Don't waste your time trying to convince women that ain't trying to be convinced. Bruh, some of y'all can attest to this. Some of us players or ex-players. Have you ever got some coochie that you put time into it, and when you got it, it wasn't worth the time that you put into it? You may have been smashing other chicks until she let you smash. And then when she finally let you smash, you was like, this is it? You wasted your time There's a lot of you brothers in the Communitah right now wasting your mother time trying to get the coochie or some common sense. I'm going to say it again. Trying to get the coochie or some common sense from some of the ladies in the Communitah, and it ain't work, has it? You been with her for how many years? Oh, 5 years? She still ain't never made you a plate, has she? Oh, she never even brought you a bottle of water. Even if you ask, hey, babe, could you make me a cup of coffee? I got you, Andre. You can't get this in the States. You've been with your woman for 5 long years, up and down struggles. We're going to pay these bills together. We're going to live this life. We're going to show people what black love is, right? And you still can't get a paper plate, but you got black love. I'll say that again. Some of us are wasting our time. You can get black love in South America where there's more black people than you ever can imagine. That's another myth that they have you thinking that the black Communitah is the only black Communitah that you'll be able to be a part of. There's 13+% of Americans that are of African descent. Guess what? There are 13+% of Colombians of African descent. So if you want to enjoy your 13%, you can go. You do not only have to do it or waste your time in the United States. My city right now, 50-60% black folk everywhere, all over Cali. So when they try to convince you that you could only help the black Communitah in one Communitah, that's a myth. That's a lie. Let's go. So the first one I looked at is the fact that you don't have time, bruh. On the interview, and I'll end it with this, the interview that I did with the call-in that I did with the Daily Wrap-Up crew, the young guys. Last question I asked them, guys, I got a question for you. Do you as young men think that the black community will change into a positive community in your lifetimes? We're talking about some guys in their early 30s, late 20s. Each one of them were like, no, we're at least trying to lay a foundation for our children's children. In other words, these young men are going to be spending their life trying to make changes that they'll never see. Ever. They'll never get a hot plate from many other women that they'll meet. Let's be real. Nothing against the young men, but what I'm saying is some of us, to the day that you die, everything that you see other men experience in other countries with women, you'll never experience that. Not one time. If you lived 1,000 lives for 1,000 years in the United States, you will never, I don't use that word lightly, I know what I'm saying, never experience it. No matter how much time you have. It's not a part of, let's go back to number one, the culture. One of the reasons why passport bros are done with the black Communitah, and I know some of you, when the cameras go off, Andre, I'm still part of the black community. Oh, are you? When was the last time you was in the States? 9 years ago? You are not part of the black Communitah, bro. Oh, I support the black Communitah. Do you? When was the last time you did something for the black Communitah from Thailand? You've been in Thailand how many years? 3 years? What have you done for the black Communitah? Oh, nothing? You haven't even sent any money in for donations to some kid's scholarship? Nothing? You ain't part of the black Communitah. You are black, yes. You have a black family back in the States, yes. Black friends back in the States, yes. But the black community as a whole group that's moving, it has moved on without us. I'm not here to lie to you. And I'm not saying this in a braggadocious way or putting down the community that I love. I love the black community. But I'm not a part of the movements or the advancements of the black community. Them days have been over. All me going down to city council meetings, over. Meetings with mayors and senators, over. Going to volunteer at junior high schools and at high schools talking to young black men. And then when I first came home, I'm going to different high schools and juvenile centers talking to, over. I don't live there anymore. I'm not a part of the advancement of the black community. The culture is not the culture I want to be a part of. We hip hop, we this, that. I don't want to be a part of eating slave food. Let's look at that part. It's soul food. It's the same food that killed the grandmother in the movie Soul Food. And then it's killing our people, and we leading to diabetes and everything else, heart failure and everything else. And we still will swear up and down it's not in the food. I don't want to be a part of that. That back and forth war of the roses in the culture in the United States. Black men attacking black women, say you got to take me to, you can't take me to a cheesecake factory. Black men like, they all hyenas. I don't want to be a part of that culture. The looking for a good woman in the United States. There are so many good women here, Andre. I believe there are. It's just so hard to differentiate the good ones like you used to be able to do. It doesn't matter how bad my neighborhood was in Detroit. We knew who the good girls were and we knew who the bad women were. Now you can barely tell the difference. And it'll take you so long to find a good one. Man, if you 40 something years old, you'll be my age by the time you find that good one. They trying to convince you stay in the States. We'll go to another state. And then go to another state. They try to do that with Austin Heileman. Try to tell him, you're 23 years old, just go to another state. Why couldn't he just go to another country? And it's already there waiting for him. Or go to other countries like he's doing now. I didn't want to be a part of that culture that I had to spend years upon years hunting for a good one that ain't got a bunch of kids already. Hey, fellas, I love y'all. I ain't trying to raise your kids. I love y'all. Y'all my boys. Y'all my passport bros. I'm not trying to raise your kids in the States. I'm sorry. That's a part of the culture. We're on number 1, culture. We already looked at number 6. Clock is running out. The culture is not what I wanted. Anytime they look down on men that read books, you're weird. You're odd. Anytime they expect you to make $100,000, but at the same time, they want you to have all the time to cater to their ego. Heifer, I cannot make $100,000 and $200,000 and $300,000 and sit up under you all day long. You can't have it both ways. A man that's really about his paper, he ain't got, dude, this is the funny part, black women trying to act like it's brand new. They try to act like it's brand new, that when a man is starting a business or he's trying to advance his career or advance his education, he does not have time to be up under you and does not have time for y'all to be up under us all day long. Make sure you guys click that like button. You already know.
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're establishing this as a place of truth tonight. If you can't handle the truth, I suggest that you stay away from this live stream, because we tell the truth in these here parts of the world. We tell the truth on this live stream. And so we sit back and we accept stuff in our culture mainly because of the location and comfort. I'll tell you what I mean. You ain't about to move out of Philly, so you used to Philly, so you end up embracing and accepting the BS of Philly. It is what it is. You ain't about to move out of New York no time soon. Why? You ain't. I ain't talking about to the dudes that, right now I'm just talking to the dudes that's going to stay in the States for life. I'm not talking about to the guys that got the passports, so you're traveling or will travel. I'm talking about you dudes that say, you need to stay in the States. You passport bros are corny. Got you. So you want me to stay in Chicago and deal with the culture of Chicago, which has nothing to do with who I am as a man. I'm gonna say this again. Some of y'all was raised in Atlanta and you don't act nothing like Atlanta, do you? Except for your accent. Some of you were raised in Tampa. There ain't nothing about you that says Tampa. Some of you raised in Connecticut. Person wouldn't even know unless you told them. Why? Because all black communities, or at least your black community, you grew beyond that. I grew beyond East Side Detroit. Unless I told you dudes I was from East Side Detroit, there is no, if I told you I was incarcerated, if I told you I was in the game, you wouldn't have known. And back to my point, when it comes to culture and accepting culture, these women expect us to bust our tail to get to that 6-figure level. Got you. No problem. Understand that. I want to be at 6 figures anyway. Got you. But then when you're busting your butt to get it, you try to act like you ain't never seen it before. But I'm going to hit you guys. You ready? Here we go. But when I was in the dope game and I was in them streets all day long, and at the first of the month, you ain't see me because I had to check out all my spots. And I had to leave and go to other states because I had spots in other states. Black women ain't open their mouth. They didn't open their mouth. When I was busting my butt as a thug, didn't have nothing to say. Go and get that money, player. I understand, daddy. I'm going from first of the month, 15th, I'm from state to state to state, checking out my spots. I'm going through all the city of Detroit. Or if I'm just a street dude, I'm on that corner, that corner, that corner. And black women ain't open up their mouth no matter how many hours I put in to get that level of money that was needed. And now when I want to do it legally, you can't support me while I'm doing it legally? When I was in them streets, put my life on the line, it was cool. When I was out there scamming and hustling and kicking in doors and robbing houses and climbing through windowsills, it was cool. But now I want to do all this legally. You can't support your local black man. He ain't making enough money yet. I don't want to be a part of that culture. I'm done with the culture. I'm done with the games of the culture. So you turn your back on black people? No, I'm turning my back on the whole country in the sense of the system. I'm not turning my back on America. I'm turning my back on the system of America. And a part of turning my back is using my passport. Not sitting back saying, I'm not a black person. I'm not African American. I'm not saying that bull. I'm black all day long. I'm African American. Let's put it this way. So you guys can get it right. My ethnicity is African American or African descent. Or some people are saying now, foundational black American. That's my ethnicity. Today we're going to talk about the difference between the three. My nationality is I'm all American. Everywhere I go in the world, people talk to me about in regards to my nationality. There's the American. Oh, he's American. Oh, you know she married an American. My nationality. Number 3, my race is black. We in America get it twisted. That's another thing where I don't want to be a part of the culture. I'll tell you what I mean by that. In the United States culture, you are taught that you are black. Proud to be black. I'm proud to be black. Blackity black, black, black. Right? You're taught about your race first. Then number 2, you're taught about your nationality. You're African American, Afro American, Negro, FBA. Your ethnicity comes second in the United States. Then in the United States, I'm an American. All red, white, and blue. But it comes third. And as long as you are in the black community, you will always look at your race first, ethnicity second, and your nationality third. Soon as you cross a border, do they look at you as black first? What do? They flip it. They look at your nationality first. You're American. No, I ain't. You American. I can tell. They don't say you black. They don't say you're African American. No, in most countries I've gone to, whether it was all white countries or areas that were predominantly black, everybody focuses on one thing first, my nationality. They flip it. Number 2 that they look at is my ethnicity. He's African American. He's not just American, he's African American of African descent. Just like you have African Colombians and Afro Brazilians. They never forget their African part. That's their number 2. Then we black folk, number 3. There's 5 different words for black folk in Colombia alone. There's 5 groups of black folk. So you can't just come down to Colombia and say, I'm black. Like, okay, which black are you? Which one? We got 5 of them. United States, you got 1, just black. I won't lie. I enjoy being a part of cultures that see me as an American first, that see my nationality first. Just like the Dominicans. I can understand the Dominicans now. Me Dominican, me no black papi. I'm Dominican. I'm not black first. Yes, I got the same skin complexion as you. Yes, I am black, but that's third, not first. I'm Dominican first. I now understand my Dominican brothers and sisters a lot more when they say that. But if I was still stuck in the States, I would have been like everybody else. What did Dominicans talk about? They black like I am. Why aren't they embracing their blackness first? Because the rest of the world doesn't embrace their blackness first. I watch Austin Holloman interviews of when he's in Africa, and I watch shout out to him. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. I also watch Coop's Corner and all the other brothers that have gone throughout Africa. And you know the first one, Barber World, shout out to him. Check and Effect. You know the first thing that they say that I notice when they're interviewing somebody, they say, well, where you from? Well, my people are from what tribe? They start talking about their nationality, what country they're from, and then what tribe, their ethnicity of their tribe. And you don't hear nobody talk about they black. Whole continent of black folk, and ain't nobody saying that they black. You know why? Because that's number 3 around the world. Your nationality is number 1. Your ethnicity is number 2. Your race is number 3. But when you go back to the black community, your race is number 1. Boy, don't you ever forget that you black. Don't you bring the white girl up in here, you black. Don't you bring them Latin girls, the Mexican girl, because they think everybody that's of Latin descent is Mexican. Everybody, they black people, it's kind of funny. Your black grandmamas and aunties, God bless them. They can't differentiate between Mexican, Venezuelan, Puerto Rican, they El Salvadorian. They think they just bring no Mexican girl up in here. Don't you bring one of the Mexican gals up in here? And there are those of us that are tired of just being black first. Not tired of being black, but I want to be known as an American too. I want to be like the rest of the world and be known for my nationality too. Our people died for our nationality just like our people died for our race and our ethnicity. I'm going to say that again. There are American blacks that have died for our nationality just as much as there are American blacks that have died for our ethnicity and our race. So who the heck are we to be the only country in the world to sit back and flip it on his head and say, no, you're black first? When you go off the war, they're not saying that. You're an American soldier. There was a time where they used to sit back and say there were black soldiers, but now you just an American. They're shooting at or aiming at American soldiers. You're American first in everybody else's eyes. And that's why the Passport Bro movement, one of the reasons, the second one that we looked at, like I said, we looked at number 6 already, which was we're running out of time. And number 1 was culture. Yes, I like that, Varun. We're bass backwards. We are. And you guys that have used your passports, you know I'm telling the truth. You know that everywhere you go, everybody treats you like an American. They don't say no black American. They just be like American. That's the American right. They may treat the Nigerian brother differently. Not because he's black, but just because he's Nigerian. But soon as you walk through as a black American, oh, come on, you come around this way. Why? You an American. But wait a minute, the Nigerian dude black. I'm black. Well, we're not looking at race, sir. We're looking at nationalities, and they don't have the same pull that you have. So, American, come this way. And you're like, okay, I understand. I understand. Numero dos, number 2, the cycle. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat in the black communities. How much has changed? Let's be real. Let's be honest, guys. How much has changed in the black communitah since your childhood? Has it gotten better? Kevin Samuels used to say, name one product that you can use that gets better. That will name one product that gets better with use. Name one product that gets better with use. Oh, the black community? Nope. The white community, that's trash too. It may not look as bad on paper, but they struggling too. All throughout history, even though technology and civilizations have gotten better, individual groups have always slowly but surely eroded. Ask the Roman Empire. Ask all those Romans about erosion from within. Our communities aren't better. I cannot even. We have more money than ever before. Yes, we've got black billionaires that didn't exist when I was a kid. More black millionaires that didn't exist when I was a kid. As many black millionaires. You're right. So economically, oh yeah, we could jump up and down. Certain positions and owning television stations and more radio stations, I got you. More black movie directors and the hip hop movement and all that, I got you. Those things are great. Entertainment and finance, anything that'll make money, yes, we've advanced. But as a communitah, because that's the topic tonight, not the money that the Communitah makes, but the Communitah as a whole is going through the same cycle over and over and over again. It's like rolling a ball uphill and rolling a big rock uphill and rolling it back, let it roll back down, and then push that big rock in the 70s up to the top of the hill and watch it roll back down in the 80s, and push it right back up to the top in the 90s and watch it roll back down in the 2000s, and then push it back up in 2010s, and we think we're gonna do something, and watch all these crazy female rappers come in the last 5-10 years, and you see the ball just rolling back down the ground toward that whole boulder, right all the way down to the bottom of the mountain. How many times those of us who are ready to use our passports, how many decades are we supposed to keep rolling the same dang boulder up and down the hill with no changes? No changes. It's the same cycle. If you think, fellas, if you think that your child that's born in the United States today is going to have a better life when it comes to relationships and having children, no. You may have a great child, but the fact that it's going to be harder for your little man to find a good woman compared to when you were young, his age, the fact that your daughter don't know if the guy that she's dating is going to be LGBTQ in 3 years. He's fluid. He don't know if he want to be up in your daughter or be up in another man tomorrow morning. Oh, that's you. Oh, y'all. Oh, you don't think that your daughter gonna be dealing with dudes like that? Oh, you think that your daughter ain't gonna be sharing skirts, bras, and panties with men? What United States you think your daughter gonna be raised in? Because the one that I'm seeing being televised, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm seeing the wrong thing on TV. But as for your sons gonna be sleeping with women that could cheat on him with another woman just as easy as with another man. Y'all fluid out there. It's a little bit of, some going here in Colombia, but they ain't nowhere near. Brazil, yeah, it's a little bit of something, but they are nowhere near as Colombians ain't even got no word for LGBTQ movement like y'all got. Y'all call it fluid. Ain't no other countries talking about speak to me by my pronoun. Don't nobody say that stupid. Only in the United Struggles of America. Y'all united in y'all struggles in the community. That's what keeps y'all together. Y'all struggles. And there are brothers like myself and others of different races, colors, and creed are tired of struggling because we are getting older. The clock. We realize the culture doesn't want to change the cycle. We just talked about 3. It's not going to get better. All the sisters can get together in a prayer circle. And we talking about praying grandmothers and aunties. According to the scriptures, it ain't going to get no better. The Bible already predicts the downfall of man. You think it's going to be a utopia, and then all of a sudden God come, hey, y'all doing good. I don't want to mess up the party. Forget about Revelations. Oh, no. Oh, no. See, it's cool when you sit back, you think that, it's your neighbor's kid. So that's not, But my daughter, she's going to be married to a gentleman. Where? Most black males are being raised by black females. Where he gonna get the gentleman part from? You can't be raised to be a gentle man if you're being raised by a woman. So where he gonna get the gentleman part from? I'm trying to figure this part out. Cause y'all love to go on these panels, and y'all love to watch these YouTube channels that try to convince y'all that we can fix the black community if we only. Okay, show me what the if we only is. And I've been watching these videos for the longest, and I've yet to see on any of these panels anybody fix anything. And if you do have the audacity to come up with a good idea, kind of like what our brother Anton Daniels does, how about we do this? How about we come together, be unified and try to create you get shunned and talked about. Don't let you act like you talking like you got halfway a little bit of sense, like Angry Man comes. You act like you want to talk about what's going on in the black community like Obsidian does. Oh, no. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. I never forget my last experience in a Communitah. And I knew that the culture had changed since I left. I was in a Walmart and, excuse me for a second. And I made the super chats in the comments in a second. We got 160 people in here. Click that like button. I like you. Make sure you like us too, because
Oprah coming next.
Oprah's coming next. So make sure you click that like button. I'm in the Walmart. It was my first time back I left for about 3 years and I went back for the holidays, right? In the Walmart, standing in line, there's the father. He's in a wheelchair bound. The mother, obese, you could tell, from the communication. It was only it was only them and me in line. When you go in Walmart, if you go in the back area, you can find, easier lines, right? And so the mother is fussing to the daughter. Ain't none of my business. They tallied up the daughter's amount. The daughter was like 17, 18 years old. And it was like something 25 cents. And the daughter had 20. She had the singles, the dollar amount, the cash amount, but she didn't have a quarter. Dad didn't have a quarter, of course. Mother didn't have a quarter. The daughter had a 20. Now we all know if you break that 20 as a teenager, that 20 is going to be spent. So she was trying her best not to break her 20. So she's asking her and I pulled out my pocket a quarter. And I said, "Excuse me, little sister, I got a quarter. Here you go." Mother dang near ripped down my throat. We got this. You ain't got to you can put your quarter back in a quarter. Put it back in your pocket. I mean, this big sister read me the riot act without cussing me out. She didn't cuss at me, but she straight fussed me out. The father looks up from his wheelchair and says, as I step back in my place in line, "Hey, bro, my bad, bro. My bad. That's your black community. Broken fathers, big mouth women, and children that can't even get help from total strangers. A quarter." And that's when I realized the black community had moved on without me. And that didn't hurt my heart at all, because I have a whole new community of black people here in Colombia. They may not be as rich, they may not be as fancy, but they put family first. And that impressed me more than anything. And they put my nationality first. And that impressed me too. Andre, you're here in Colombia, but you're an American. You can be here forever, but you're still American. Ain't nobody called me black one damn time. Why? It's a given I'm black. They ain't got to remind me like every day in the States, blackity, blackity, black, 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 blackity, black, black. I got so tired of hearing, dude, I know I'm black. Black from the moment you wake up. Music is going to tell you that you're black. Black people are going to tell you that you're black. White people are going to tell you that you're black. Politicians are going to tell you that you're black. Nobody's going to tell you that you're African American. And if they do, it's like a few people will do that. And then nobody's going to tell you that you're American. You might get that on 4th of July, and that's a might. But nobody will be walking down the street treating you like you are full-blooded American in America. And I had to leave the United States to be treated like an American, to know what it is to be an American, and not just history books American or going through the united struggles of America with everybody else. But somebody walking up to me and, you're American. And a lot of you guys who travel can relate to what I just said. That's why I was able to say it, because I know I'm not the only one that experienced it. A lot of you brothers, or even some of you military dudes, can tell that for the first time when you went to the military and you went to another country, people start looking at you like you were American. And you're like, no, I'm black. No, you're American first. Your nationality is strong. I just got tired of the culture. I got tired of the cycle, and I got tired because I was running out of time. The next thing that reason why passport bros are leaving, because of communication. Like I said, you can't tell black people in the States nothing. Brothers hard head. We ornery. Ooh, we some ornery mother. Y'all be ready to put a hot ball in somebody if they don't agree with y'all about who's better than Kobe, Jordan, or LeBron. And let's not throw Wilt or Bill Russell in the mix. Then y'all really want to put a hot ball in somebody. Don't let you be a brother that could give some positive advice you think you better than. How come every time a brother gives some solid advice, we reject it in the Communitah, because we automatically assume that person that gave the advice, he thinks he's better than. I've got brothers in the passport bro movement right now that think that I'm better than because I have permanent citizenship. I've got a vehicle. I got the driver's license. I got the good wife. I got the good life. So he thinks he's better than us who are pay for play. No, I don't. The Lord giveth, the Lord can taketh away. I don't think I'm better than anybody. Nobody. I'm not better than my brothers and sisters back home or my brothers and sisters here or throughout all of South America. But because I have advice and I could back it up with numbers, oh, you think you better than everybody. You bougie. Oh, I am bougie. Don't get it twisted. I was bougie in the States. But you think you better than everybody. We don't want to hear what you got to say, Negro. So what I had to say statistically that was factual, you ain't trying to hear that. But you want to insult me. Like Kevin said, in the black community, they use shame, guilt, and the need to be right. And if you think that it's only black women that do that, you got the black community twisted. Have you guys ever sat back and just watched how these dudes talk to each other, some of these black panels? I'll give you a perfect example. Have you ever watched any episode in the last month of a Razor Ray panel? Shout out to Razor Ray. I love his channel. But those dudes talk to each other like pit bulls on the other side of a fence. You can't even stay on topic watching Razor Ray's panel because them dudes be so busy cussing each other out, fussing each other out. Lapeef Network is the same way. Cussing and fuss. And the point that was started 20 minutes ago, they ain't even got to the point. You be looking at Razor Ray panel like, sometimes you just be sitting up there, I ain't got nothing to do anyway. Let me eat some popcorn and watch Razor Ray panel. It don't be Razor Ray. I'm going to say it again. It don't even be Razor Ray to be raising hell. He just be sitting up there sipping his beer. His panel be the same dude that come up every single time Razor Ray, just throw a topic out there. Black man gets robbed in Cartagena. And a panel of black men talk to each other with such disdain and disrespect. So when I sit back and I say that there are receipts of black men that use sign language, shame, insults, guilt, you don't love black people, and the need to be right. Talk over each other like women do on panels. Can't get a word in edgewise. Yeah, on BMTs also. Shout out to BMT. These guys don't even, BMT is just like Razor Ray, mild-mannered dudes, laid-back personalities. Don't start no mess. All they got to do is just drop a topic. Bam, BMT be like, hey, guy forgot his money in the States and had to beg for money while he was in DR. Here's the topic. And then all of a sudden dudes come on Black Men's Travel and get to arguing about everything under the sun. And you just be sitting back like, these motherfuckers, they actually are arguing over some stupid. And you be like, is anybody gonna say something that pertains to the question that Black Men's Travel just asked? Communication. If we can't communicate with each other, the other thing in regards to communication, not just what we say, but what we hear, we're very selective hearing in the United States. Karen can't hear a damn thing. You ever notice that? You could literally tell Karen, what are you talking about? And black Karens and white Karens can't hear a word of what you're saying. Black Karens are just as bad as white Karens. They all off in everybody else's business and got nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them. Communication, selective hearing. We hear what we want to hear. So what you saying is, I didn't say that. You know why I always give stats and then I go to the article and I drop it in the comment section? Because I got so tired of watching panels where somebody will say something and then only black people will say, well, show me where you got that from. When was the last time you saw white people or Latin people or even people of Asian descent on a YouTube channel having a discussion and they say, where'd you get that from? Ever. Nobody asked Dr. Gordon Peterson, I hope I pronounced his name right, where'd you get that information from? We know you are award-winning college professor, and this is your area of expertise, but where'd you get that from? Only black people with our selective hearing. So trying to communicate to black people, and then you have sisters that be like, you would tell a sister a fact, and they'll say, well, let me ask you a question then. Just try to move the pole or the go, or they'll sit back and say, so what you saying is, if a fish gets sick on the banks of Africa, and if he eat a piece of wood that was carved by a gazelle, he'll survive? I'm so tired of when I watch panels seeing sisters in the black community swing the pendulum. I'm a Libra. I recognize swinging of pendulums. You'll sit back and say, yes, and what's happening in the community is that our young black children need their fathers or they're more likely to go to prison. What if the father is beating on the mama and the wolves came down the street and ate up all the food in the household and the father didn't have 3 jobs and he had 15 more kids? So the father's supposed to be involved in the kids' life? Black women swing that pendulum so far to keep you from making a point. I didn't want to be a part of that. Give me my passport. I'll go to a community where people are not swinging a pendulum to that extreme. It's the craziest thing. This is one of the reasons why you're seeing brothers quietly like me. Oh. Let me get my passport. Oh, Andrea Bueller. Getting our passports, and by the time we get big miles, we got cameras in front of us in another country. Moved in silence. Didn't argue with nobody in the barbershops. I didn't fuss with nobody in my family. I didn't sit back and try to convince my boys. I just was like, I see where this is going. Let me go get my passport. I'm like, let me get my luggage, put that in storage, give that away. I'm out of here. Let me take my passport, my life, and go somewhere where people act like they may not have as much money, but they got some dang sense in their head. Let me go somewhere. Communication. If you cannot communicate, and if what you're communicating to men or women is not coming across, you're not going to get anything done. And you guys are going to be wasting your time trying to advance a culture that's locked in a cycle. The black community is on a hamster wheel, and it's going around and around and around. And some of you guys, it hurts your heart to say it. It don't hurt my heart to say it. I still love my black community, but I'm not blind. I still love my people, but I'm not blind. That's why you'll always sit back and be able to see that there's something that content for a YouTuber to use in regard to black male effery and black female effery. There'll always be content available to use on YouTube because that ain't going nowhere. And I didn't want to be a part of it. And a lot of you dudes didn't. And so you got your passports, and now you're living a peaceful life in other locations. Let's look at the next one. Actually, we'll go and we'll take a break. We'll take a break, and then I'm going to come back to the super chats and a few of you guys' comments. Let's get ready to take this break. We need it.
Det var första gången vi möttes. Våra blickar bara möttes. Kommer du ihåg det igen? Kommer du ihåg igen? Du vill ha ice and little fingers. Då du vet det kalas. All in, ingen broms, schackmatt på din vänster hand. Du är så viktig baby. Ja, du är allians. Du är försiktig baby. Men du gav mig en chans. Det är 50-50 baby. Men det är balans. Jag växlar upp med dig baby. Ingen annan. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som det. Som det, baby. Det var fan ingen dans på någon ros innan jag träffade någon som det. Du är mitt liv, baby. Aldrig titta på någon annan, varför du med annan? Kom var med mig, baby. Aldrig lita på någon annan. Finns ingen annan, jag vill ha min chakarinna. Låsa och save, ingen sinna. Jag kommer alltid ride with you. 100 gubbar klottar dig för you. Du är så viktig, baby. Ja, du är allians. Du är försiktig, baby. Men du gav mig en chans. Det är 50-50, baby. Men det är balans. Jag växlar Jag vet att det finns. Kom det blir bra lives and all nights, yeah. Jag vet att jag men ni kör det. Skön social, smart good lady. Jag tvivlar det. Visa mig vad du finns, yeah.
We needed that break. Shout out to you guys being here. Shout out to you guys being here today. Thank you for clicking that like button because we already know.
Oprah coming next.
Oprah is coming next. Shout out to my man Darth being in the building. He said, yo, my brother, you are 100% correct or right. Yes, sir. He with the 199. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, brother. And I appreciate my boy Kevin been in the building for his brothers that wear those glasses so we can see with the $10 super chat. Shout out to you, brother. I appreciate it. He said, well done, my fellow Detroiter.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with them Detroit boys. He said, I left in the 80s. Yes, sir. I ain't mad at you. I should have left when you guys left too. And now I only go see family, just like I do. I'm a tourist in my home country. I'll say that again. I have no problem with saying that. I go visit my home country. I'll be going around in the States with a camera. Ooh, that wasn't there before. Wow, when did they build that? Oh, wow, the kids are getting bigger. Let me get a photo. Wow, who baby is this? Whose baby is that? Goodness, you got kids? That's how I walk around the United States, like I'm a tourist from Japan. I got my camera up, everything. I kid you not, man. I'll be walking around like I don't recognize none of this. This used to be a grocery store. When this turned into Abernathy Episcopalian Baptist Church of God in Christ, when did that turn to a church? He said the dysfunction in the Communitah is frustrating. Absolutely correct. And not worth the headache. And a lot of you guys that want to live it, he's correct. Those three statements, the dysfunction, it's frustrating, and it ain't worth the headache. It is that. And some of us do not want to admit that because it's our Communitah. I'm not talking about the white community. We live because of white people. Oh, yeah, white people are part of the system. So, yeah, or white behavior or white privilege is part of the system. So when we talk about leaving because of the system, yes, we talk about all that, yeah. But we're narrowing it down this evening and just talking about our community. And some of us don't want to admit, once you are leaving the United States, you are literally or technically leaving the Communitah behind. Anything that happens, good or bad, in the Communitah, that's why when somebody asks me, do you care who's president, Trump or Biden? And I said immediately, I don't care. I don't care. See, passport bros don't care about who's pregnant. I mean, who's president, who's pregnant, who's president. Y'all ready? Passport bros do not care. Expats don't care who's president. Not true expat. Expats don't care, or blue book gentlemen don't care who's president. We care who's in Congress. President signs laws that Congress pass and creates the bill. I don't give a dang about who president. I care about who's in Congress. Who has the power in Congress to mess with my passport, mess with my paper, mess with my privileges as an expat. That's all I care about. Congress. Presidents, puppets. Corporate puppets. We all know it. We can sit up there and try to babysit and make it look all fancy. Yesterday, I looked up life for our other YouTube channel that's political. I looked up the life that people, that seniors, because it's a senior citizens channel, YouTube channel we have, Mostly Money. Make sure you subscribe. mostly money. We got 126 going on 127,000 subscribers, right? And I looked up the life for senior citizens during the Trump administration. It was living hell. Trump ain't show seniors no love. No, you can't get no more money. No, we are not going to approve your cost of living increase. No, what? Change the cost of prescriptions. We ain't changing no prescriptions. Them my boys. We all about to get paid off y'all old asses. Biden administration. Been around almost 4 years. No changes. No bills passed. None of them. If you getting old in the United States, they ain't taking care of you no matter who's president. Democrats or name one bill that Biden passed, because I follow this, because that's what my channel is dedicated to. Name one bill Biden has passed for old folk. Except for when they change how prescription drug prices are impacted, and they lowered that to $2,000 a month. I mean, $2,000 a year. So prescription drug prices and insulin prices kind of went down. Other than that, if you're an older person, over the age of 60 years old, and you got a passport and you trying to live out your wonder years for your grandkids in the States, you gonna have gout and they gonna cut your foot off so you can't even run with them grandkids, because those prescriptions are gonna be so expensive and the food is so unhealthy for you in the States. If I was old, I'm gonna tell you something. If I'm old and I had such an affinity to live in the United States, to be around my grandbabies, I'll be living in Canada or Mexico. I'll come see them dang kids. I fly in once every month, spend like a whole week with them little monsters, and fly my ass right on back to Mexico or Canada. There ain't no way in. There ain't no way I'm gonna be dying. I'm gonna be 80 years old and how they treat old people in the United States compared to other countries. Okay, when you guys come down here to Colombia, who be with the old people? Somebody young, walking through the grandma, 81 years old, walking through the mall real slow with her 18-year-old grandson or granddaughter, don't they? All the time throughout South America. That's all you see is a young person walking and hanging out with an older person. You know why? Because that young person know and have been trained and taught that someday you're going to be the old person and you're going to need a young person to walk with you. Do they teach us that in the United States? Hell no. They teach us, put them in the nursing prison and leave them there. But ain't nothing wrong with him. Leave him there. But he can walk. He can take care of his own house. Leave him there. Let that nursing home get that money. There ain't no way in I'm going to grow old in the United States. That will not happen. I'm the granddad that would have flew in and been flying. I'd have stayed in hey, if I need to see my grandbabies, I'll go back to the States for a month or two. The other 10 months, I'm in Mexico. I am in Mexico. By the time I see my grandbabies again, look at you, little Kiwi. Little Kiwi, you done got my little Kiwi to just, boy, what are you, 17 now? Boy, what are you eating? Brussels sprouts? You are a big one. You know you got your granddaddy height. You know you got your granddaddy height, boy. That would be me. That's me as a granddad. But ain't no way in the world. Oh, y'all must have thought I moved to Colombia for this age of life. No, a lot of us are moving for Colombia for the next decade of life, when we in our 60s, 70s, and 80s. Y'all got us up. I didn't move to Colombia for my 50s. Are you crazy? I didn't marry a young Colombiana for my 50s? I married a young Colombiana because when I hit my 60s and 70s, she just be hitting her 40s and 50s. She can still be there for her man and help me raise the kids that we have if I just so happen to not be able to get around. Now, me, I stay in the gym. I stay athletic, and I eat, and I keep my water around. I'm just drinking coffee right now. And so you guys push me anyway to make sure that I'm always healthy. But what if something does happen? I got me a young one to take care of me. I ain't sitting around like y'all. I got me a young hot one for right now. Look at what I got. I don't give a. That's you ain't never see me putting a photo of Andrea like, look what I got. No. I married my wife when I was 50, 52, 53, 53. I didn't need her for 53. I don't need her physically for 57. Probably won't need her for 62. 71. I'm probably good. But once I start forgetting stuff around 72, that's when I need that young woman to kick in. A lot of you dudes don't think like that. You got to not only think about who you are attracted to for the stage of life that you're in right now, but can that person be on your team the way that you would need them in your 70s and 80s as well? I can't be broke down and my wife broke down too because I sat up there and married somebody near my age. I don't care what they talking about and try to convince you dudes in the United States in the Communitah. What you doing with that young girl? What am I doing with a woman my age? If I'm 57, she 52, it's gonna look good on posters. Oh, look at grandma and granddaddy. Granddaddy's 101 and grandma 89. Granddad's 107 and grandma 102. No. Damn that. Y'all can have that photo of grandma and granddad just strolling along, just making it. He can't see, she can't hear. She his eyes, he his ears. He her ears. That's all cute and fine and dandy for you dudes. As for Andre, hell no. I don't have no problem that a day will come when somebody looking at my wife like, girl, what you doing with that old dude? That's my husband the last 30 years. That's your husband with his old lady? Yes. That will not be a shameful day for me. For somebody to sit back and say, that's that old dude right there with the young hot chick. His wife 45. Fine in the mama. How old is he? He about what, 60, 67. What? His wife 45, he's 60. This, yeah. Go ahead, Pop. I see your work, Pop. I'm that dude. I see your work, Pop. I see you, old man. I see you. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing, old man. That's me. I'm looking forward to those days. But I couldn't get those days in the Communitah. Because the Communitah wants you to marry somebody that's right near your age, that's going to grow old just as fast as you grow old. Let's get to these next super chats. Shout out to you, brothers, by the way. Shout out, man, JB40 in the building. Shout out to you, brother. He said, shout out to all my travel brothers. He said, I'm going back to China. China. I'm going back to China in a few months. Once you start traveling, it never stops. He's right. Keep on opening minds, brother. Stay safe. Yes, sir. Will do. He's 100% correct. See, you guys got love crossing borders, plural, twisted. Y'all think since we live in Colombia, that's the only place we've been to. Me and Andrea just together. Me and Andrea have been to 7 countries. Just together. Since we've been together. Not including all the places I've been by myself prior to. We are love crossing borders. It's going to always be a plural in our name. We always got to have our foot somewhere else. I'll tell you why. I was telling somebody today. Brother was saying, I wouldn't go to Cali, Colombia. It's boring. It's supposed to be. And I gave him a metaphor. For those of you that are looking for a home country, look for a place that's boring. That's my advice. I'll tell you why. Batman. I said it. Batman. You see Batman in the movies and the comics. He got the Batmobile. He got the Bat plane. He got the utility belt. He whooping all over the city of Gotham. He's going to hang out with Superman in the Justice League. There's always activity going on. There's always something going on wherever Batman goes. He could go back to China, or he could go back to Tibet, get more karate classes, and come back to Gotham. He's always doing stuff. What's the most boring place that Batman goes to? Boring. Everything that Batman does is exciting. Even when he's Bruce Wayne, it's exciting because he's Bachelor of the Year, getting the ladies. Bruce Wayne, always at the fundraisers. Bruce Wayne, the mayor's best friend. Exciting life, but he's got a part of his life that's boring than a mother. What is the most boring place that Batman goes to? The Batcave. All that takes place that allows him to have that exciting life happens in that boring ass Batcave. We ain't never seen no fights, no dukes, except for maybe Batman getting into an argument with Superman in the Batcave, or you don't see no villains show up suddenly in the Batcave. Every once in a while, him and Robin or Alfred get in an argument in the Batcave, but don't nothing exciting happen in the Batcave. Your job as a passport bro is to find out, where is your Batcave going to be? Where is the place of Shangri-La? Superman got his the crystal, whatever it is. It's not the Fortress of Solitude, but I forgot where it is, what it's called for Superman. It's boring in that month, ain't it? We're talking about Superman that can fly into the sun. Superman that done battles with Hulk and Muhammad Ali in the comic books. Superman that's fought everybody. But when he goes to the Fortress of Solitude, thank you. When he goes to the Fortress of Solitude is the most boring mother spot that you ever saw. No villains come to Fortress of Solitude. He ain't never brought no coochie Lois Lane, ain't never took her sexy butt in there on a regular basis to the Fortress of Solitude. She go every once in a while, every blue moon. You gotta have a spot that you can wind down, a place that's peaceful. You don't need to be on the strip of Las Vegas for everything. Just like you dudes that want to go to Medellin because it's exciting. I don't need a place that's exciting. My job is to visit Medellin, enjoy the excitement, and go back to the Batcave. My job is to fly to Cartagena and then go back to the Batcave, Cali, Colombia. We fly to all these countries. You know why we're able to do that? The Batcave. Some of y'all are looking for the exciting spot, and you need to be looking for a Batcave. I can fly to Portugal and go to the Afro Beats Festival. I can fly to Barcelona and right now, Barcelona, and enjoy the food and the celebrations there. You need a Batcave. You can fly back to the States for the 4th of July celebrations and all that in the NBA finals and basketball games and the All-Star games, but you still need you a Batcave. If there's any advice that I give you dudes that are passport bros, Find you a place of, I like that, Oliver, peace and stability. He ain't never lied. That's why I love when dudes come down to Cali, Colombia. They're on the outskirts of my bat cave. They come here for a couple days. They look at it like they look at Batman's bat cave. This is just a cave full of bats. You want to go in? No, it's dark in there. It's just bats and none but bushes. This is nothing around here. Let's walk on the other side. Let's see if there's something exciting on the other side. That's what Cali is to me. I love when y'all come down here and y'all leave out this month. What young man just created a YouTube video today. Shout out to Austin's boy, Floyd. Created a YouTube video today. Moving to Cali, Colombia? Great. Looking for the ladies and the activities and the fun? Don't come. Don't go to Cali. I told you guys 2 years ago, didn't I? What did I say about Pookies and Ray Rays? What did I say? They will come to Cali, Colombia, stay for like 2 or 3 days, and leave. Why? Because Cali is a city. If don't nobody show you where everything is, because we got more clubs, we got more stuff to do, and we got just as many museums, and we got more restaurants than Medellin. The only thing is Medellin, most of it is, the good parts are clustered in certain areas. So you can Medellin, go to a cluster here, and a cluster there, and a cluster of restaurants and clubs here. Cali's not set up like that. So everything, we got more, but it's spread out. So don't nobody tell you where to go. You will come to Cali, my fortress of solitude, other brothers' fortress of solitude, and you will be bored to death because this is a bat cave, a fortress of solitude. It's not supposed to be exciting to Pookies and Ray Rays, just like the bat cave ain't exciting to everybody else. That's why you ever notice the Super Friends ain't never held a meeting in the bat cave, ever. The bat cave is what it is. It's supposed to be boring. I'm gonna say that again. The city that you choose to live in, that mother supposed to be boring to other people, not to you. To other people. If you say I'm going to Barranquilla to live, if you're going to Barranquilla, the only time it's exciting to Barranquilla, that's doing a festival. There ain't nothing to do it, man. You love it. The Barranquilla women, tall, different colors, complexions. Venezuelans over there. You got the cruise ships about to come through Barranquilla. All that excitement, good people, sports city, all of that. But the average person that's a tourist, he ain't gonna see that. He gonna see your bat cave for what it is, a cave. And that's exactly what you want him to see, a motherfucking cave. And when y'all come to Cali, Colombia, and y'all just be on effery, I want you to see Cali as a cave. Man, it's boring. Let's go back to Medellin. I love it. I love it. I told Austin today, I say I need about 5 more YouTubers to put out the same video about Cali, Colombia that Floyd did today. Floyd said, don't move to Cali. It is boring. The ladies are serious about their relationships. It's not about going there and pay for play like it is in other cities. Women are for real. They got real jobs. Do not go to Cali. I said, I need about 5, 6 more well-known YouTubers to put that same message out. Do not come to Andre's bat cave and the bat cave of all these other brothers. Our bat cave is supposed to look boring to you. It ain't boring to us. We can find stuff to do all day long. It's supposed to be boring to you. They're absolutely correct. He say Cali is for families. That's exactly correct. Cali is a family town. Cali is Montgomery, Alabama. Cali is Nashville, Tennessee. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Cali is Charlotte, North Carolina. Tampa, Florida. Cali is not New York. It's a bat cave. Yep. Laredo, Texas. That's exactly what Cali is. So if you think you coming to Cali, Colombia, and you just gonna jump off a plane and run around here like you run around Cartagena or Medellin or Sosúa, that ain't gonna happen. You're going to be just like the rest of the Pookies and Ray Ray. Come down here for 2 or 3 days and leave here with your mouth poked out and your tail between your legs. And the rest of us who live here laughing our asses off. We be watching y'all leave, get back on that plane like the Beverly Hillbillies. Y'all come back now, you here? Y'all come back now, you here? That's how we be looking at y'all. We be laughing at it like, see, you should have made some friends. This is a bat cave. This is where we create stuff. I can write books here. Got a couple of books coming out. I got 5 YouTube channels because me and Andrea live in the bat cave. We ain't trying to be going outside and it's always like, hey, let's party, let's have fun. No. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Let me get back to these super chats. Shout out to my brother. I appreciate that, JB. Morning drive is in the club doing something right tonight. We got 176 people in the building. Click that like button. We had as many as 200 people here. Make sure you click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too. Morning Drive Coffee's in the building with the $5. Greetings, Andre. Always here to support. And I appreciate that, man. You just like me. You be on tour on other channels, just like my man, IQS. That's International Quiet Storm, for those that don't know. Original Man is in the building. He said, telling him to go to another state is like it's like someone urinating in the pool and telling me to move to the other side. And I see what you're saying. I'm speaking on that. To the opposite side, getting out, or instead opposed to getting out of the pool. What he just stated is, for those that try to tell us, well, maybe you should move out of New York and maybe you should move to Jersey. Maybe the Jersey women will treat you better. Or maybe the system in the Jersey, no matter where you go in the United States, basically the laws are the same. What do you mean, Andre? The good, wholesome, innocent little house on the prairie female that you marry in Kentucky. And shout out to Lexington. You found you a nice country gal in Lexington, Kentucky. Sweet. She makes her biscuits homemade with real raw honey. And she still in Kentucky can wake up one morning, according to the law, and say, I want half your stuff for no reason at all. No, you can say, I'm going to Utah or Wyoming. I'm going to get one of them country girls that can corral a horse and milk a cow. I'm on my way to Wyoming. Open land, that's for me. Doing it like Kanye West, on all them acres in Wyoming. You're going to do it like that. A ranch man, that's what you're going to become. And your little gal can wake up one morning as the sun comes up and tap you on your sleeping shoulder and tell you, you know what? I'm not feeling this marriage anymore. Paul, I'm about to divorce you. I'm taking half your cattle. And I want half the ranch. And I've been sleeping with the ranch hands, all of them. No matter where you go in the United States, the laws are basically the same. That's why I say getting married in the United States wouldn't be me. Am I happy for y'all to get married in the States? I'm breaking the bottles like the Jewish dudes when they get married, or the Greek people when they get married. I'm throwing plates on the floor. I'm celebrating with everybody else. But guess what? Wouldn't be me. You got laws against you. Well, I can have her fill out a prenuptial agreement. There's no prenuptial agreement for child support. I'll say that one again. When Ellie Mae leave you, when Ellie Mae decides to leave you and get half the ranch, the half that got the gold in it, in the oil reserves, and she still could get child support if y'all got any kids. So she can rake you like Kevin Costner's wife did. Yeah, we got this prenup, but I want $20,000 a month in child support. Shout out to Kevin Costner. Dancing with Wolves. Waterworld. I couldn't do it. Not being a country in a land for no. He's right. Why move to the other side of the pool when they pissed it on that side as if the piss is not going to float your way? The whole pool is pissy. Like I always say about the United States in dating, there's plenty of fish in the water. Problem is that the water is murky. Have you ever been trying to fish in some murky swamp field full of water? It ain't the best type of fishing. You liable to catch anything other than what you're trying to catch. The water is murky. Shout out to my man Theo Watt with the $10. He said, I've turned my back on the U.S. system. He didn't say the U.S. He said the U.S. system, like I'm saying. Also, yet I've embraced my brothers abroad. I can easily say that. I'm going to come back to that second part, Theo. You guys have become my kinfolk. Not by blood, but by relation. We've been branded with our passports. Your experiences are my experiences. When I go to other locations, I reach out to you. I don't reach out to my kinfolk that got my DNA. I'll reach out to my passport brethren and sisterin. When we were all up in Europe, I was talking to passport brothers and sisters up there getting instruction and guidance. You my kinfolk now. You stuck with me and I'm stuck with you. We could keep on corralling these countries. Roaming the prairies of Africa. The plains of Zimbabwe. We're going to keep on making our way up the mountains of New Zealand and other parts of Europe and all throughout North and South America. We're going to find our way, make our way. And we'll pay our keep. But at the end of the day, we're still passport bros. We're stuck together. And that's how it's going to always be. Because we good folk. I always tell you guys how much this journey would not have, how difficult this journey would have been if it were not for you guys in my life. It would have been possible. It would have been acquirable. But you guys have made me be able to have the confidence, the knowledge that you guys have shared with me and others, the videos that you guys put out on your channels that I could glean off of. All of this has helped my journey. All of this. There is no way I'm stupid enough to say I could have did this without a brother that traveled with a passport. Wouldn't have been a YouTube channel if it wasn't for a brother with a passport known as Ace Live, who encouraged us to do this. I'll always need you brothers. And I'll never pretend like I'll get to the point where I don't need the passport brothers, the blue book gentlemen, the expats. I don't need their advice. I'm good. That'll never happen. I'll always need tailor-made dreams. Always need advice from other YouTubers. Flyboy Way, always try to get guys to get off the plane safely, enjoy your safe trip, and get back on safely. I'm still watching Flyboy Way videos. As well as other content creators. If they're going to a location I'm on my way to, I'm watching it. I don't care how young they are. They could be as young as Austin. And if he got experience and knowledge to share, I'm pen in hand. I need to take notes. I have no problem with that. By the way, cologne of the night is, I just kept it simple. I think I did this one before. Tom Ford Oud Wood is the cologne of the night. Tom Ford Oud Wood. Very, very masculine, very woody. It smells like wood. Yes, it does. But it's very masculine cologne. It is one of those colognes that, hey, what the outfit that I got on right now, how I'm dressed, slacks. Yes, I have on slacks. Button up, jacket. That's Tom Ford Oud Wood. Grown ass man cologne. Let's go back to the second part of what my brother Theo was saying. He says, time to leave again. 20 years. I'm not a part of the Communitah. Yeah, he said, yeah, I'm a passport bro. Going from prairie to prairie, land to land. Shout out to you, Theo, and all that you do for all the other passport bros, man. You are such an asset, man. If nobody tells you, I want you to know that. Yeah. And you know who also is an asset? I'll let you know. Machismo TV.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
All right, let's make sure that we support Salty Balls as well as IQS International, Quiet Storm, and the team over there at Machismo TV. They broadcast from 12 o'clock in the evening. 12 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock in the morning. 12 a.m. in other words. So make sure we go there, subscribe, and support our fellow brothers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now back to the super chats. Oh, my man. Southern Vegan in the house with the $1.99 super sticker. I appreciate you, brother. And my IQ, well, I was just talking about IQS. He said, I went home last week and my family dragged me. For making the choice to live overseas. That's the same thing that Jay Fleming was telling me. I went through the same thing. My family, what? Other countries? What is this incarnation? What is this madness in your mind to actually want to travel? It was the push I needed to get out of here. The U.S. is not for me. Countries move on. I learned that after 10 years of incarceration. One day, I was probably year 7 of 10 years, and we just sit around talking. And we said, what if they put in storage everything that you went to jail for in 1989? Your clothes, your car, your female, everything could be in this magical storage. And you could get it when you got out. And I get out and I got the female wearing hairstyles from 1989, dressed like 1989. The clothes that I'm walking out of prison were from 1989. And the blazer, because I had a blazer, the blazer, shout out to you guys that know what back in the day, the old school blazers. And I'm jumping in a blazer from 1989. You see how ridiculous I would look after 10 years if I was trying to hold on to the black Communitah of 1989? So it is with us passport bro brothers. and sisters. The United States will not slow down its evolution or evolving as a nation while we're gone. The United States that was when I left does not exist anymore. Literally does not exist anymore. Can you just imagine how life was 6 or 7 years ago in 2016 when I left? Completely different world. Completely different country. And for me to come back to United States and try to live there is as if I was just getting out of prison again. Trying to relate to a country that I was never meant to relate to from the get-go. That's why a lot of you, when it comes to the black community as a passport bro, you can't go back. One of my favorite movies, well, miniseries, Jesus of Nazareth, right? Came out in the late 70s, early 80s. Peter couldn't sleep. They had been traveling with Jesus for a few months and he couldn't sleep. Neither could Matthew. So Matthew walks over to Peter and says, "Hey man, what's the matter, man? What's going on, man? Why can't you sleep? I know I can't sleep, but why can't you sleep?" So Peter tells Matthew in the series, he said, "Man, I told my wife," because according to the Bible, Peter had a family. "I told my wife, I'll be back fishing and back taking care of the kids and back in her arms in a few months. I'll hang out with Jesus, let him preach, make sure he all right, and we'll make it back home. I'll be gone for a couple months." And I never forget this part. That's how important this line was in that movie. I don't remember any other line in that miniseries, Jesus of Nazareth, but I did remember this. Matthew looked at Peter as the moonlight was glistening, and neither one of them could sleep. He said, "Why are you lying to yourself and lying to your family? We're never going back. You'll never see your kids grow up. You'll never see your wife again. You'll never go fishing again." Because he camera panned to Jesus while Jesus was asleep. Because we know who he actually is. And since we know who he is, we're never going back. When it comes to some of you brothers that are like me, using your passports as often as you do, the United States that you know, the black community, stop lying to yourself. You're never going back. You'll never be a part of the barbecues on a regular basis. You never enjoy TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, I'm getting off work. You'll never sit back and see high school prom dresses and suits that little young nieces that you saw that were young. Now they're about to go to the prom. You won't enjoy that moment. You're not going back. Because just like in that miniseries, you got your passports and you know what's out there now. And for you to go back is to lie to yourself and pretend like everything that you saw around the world never happened. That's why it's hard for the passport bros to stay a part of the Communitah. And we're going to end with this last one. We spoke about it. Change. Let's go back to this real quick. Shout out to my brother being in the building. He said, for real, my bat cave is Eastern Balkans. And oh man, look that area up. I heard of the Eastern Balkans, but I've never really did my homework on it. That gives me something to study. Thank you, brother. Shout out to you, Fadi. Shout out to you, brother, for being here this evening with the $2. I appreciate you. Last one tonight is the last reason why passport bros are no longer a part of the black communitah. Not because we're not black, because we are. Not that we don't support what's going on back home. We do. We encourage you to continue to fight the good fight. But things have changed. And just like I said, it's not going to be the same. Time changes all things. You've changed since you left. In the United States, in the black communitah has changed since you left. It's not the same. And until you come to the reality that you are no longer a part of it, you're no longer a part of the struggle, you could be in East Balkans as a black man and be standing there with a bullhorn in your hand saying, black rights, we have rights too. I am a man. And you look like a dang fool. Sir, what do you got the bullhorn for? Can we talk to you? Yes, I'm speaking on behalf of my black people back in the United States. What? Wait a minute, you ain't got that bullhorn for people here in this country? No, this is for my people back in the States. Sir, if you don't sit your drunk tail down somewhere. No, I'm going to the governor's office. Okay, you're going to the governor's office in one of the cities in Belize. Okay, cool. Gotcha. What are you going to talk to the governor about? About the rights of black people in my inner cities back home in Tampa. What? Yes, I'm going to talk to one of the mayors of one of the cities here in Belize about the travesties and the tragedies that are taking place in the United States. He could do something about this. You see how stupid that sounds? You're at the points, you're at a crossroads. And I remember a brother told me this one time. You at the crossroads of you're going to be who you're supposed to be in life, or you could be what the rest of them niggas are. And pardon my language. I'm not talking about the black people back home. I'm talking about the Pookies and the Ray Rays. You got a choice, but you can't have it both ways. You either going to be a person that decides that eventually I'm leaving the United States. If you are still in the States and you plan on being a passport bro eventually, let me talk to you brothers. I already talked to us brothers that are already have gone and traveled and went back and establishing ourselves and preparing this. I'm talking to you brothers that got a fresh passport either coming in the mail or a fresh passport that you just got and you only got a couple stamps or no stamps on there. You ain't got to do with the Communitah just like I don't. If there's another Trayvon Martin incident, what are you marching for? I'm trying to help my people. You about to move in 5 years. Well, while I'm here, oh, really? Okay, what have you done thus far for the black Communitah? I know all the work I put in from the time I left prison all the way until 20 years later. I put in plenty of work. Well, how much work you put in? I'm talking about boots on the ground, up there talking to councilmen, lawyers, you sitting up there with picket signs. I did all bullhorns. I did all that. Marched in rallies, banners, the whole thing. What have you done? Scholarship program, all that. And my Uncle Jeffrey can verify all that. Ghostface can verify all what I'm saying. Yeah, I think I got a big mouth now. It didn't just start in South America. It was started in North America. Oh, so you hadn't done too much except, be a good citizen. That's not bad. So since you've only been a good citizen thus far, and you wasn't a marcher like that anyway, like I said, that when the next Trayvon Martin incident happens or the next George Floyd incident happens, you need to stay the heck out the way and let the people of the black community in the States handle that. Your job is to go ahead, go to work, stack your money, get out the country, and be a good example of a black person while you're outside the United States. That's your job if you want to do anything for the black community. But just like I mentioned to guys, don't put your life or your livelihood on the line by getting some sister pregnant in the States. So is when it's out there getting, brother, don't be out there getting arrested for an issue in the United States that you know in 5 to 10 years, you don't got no plan on being in the United States. What's the use of me being out there boycotting, picketing, and all of a sudden the police pull up because we're illegally out there doing it? I get arrested and I got an arrest. I shouldn't even been arrested. Why? Because I shouldn't even have my butt out there picketing. Why? Because in 5 years, I plan on leaving here anyway. I ain't going to even see the results of the change if the change took place of what I was picketing for. Now, do you still volunteer in the communities, helping the kids and all that? Helping the elderly? Of course. But all that going on panels and fussing and cussing about change and bringing black love together, your days of talking about black love coming together is over. Why? You plan on leaving the United States anyway. What black love you bringing together? What black love you bringing together? Anybody you deal with in the United States, you smashing. Let's be real. What black love was I bringing together? My last few years in the United States, what black love was I bringing together? No, I wasn't bringing no black love together. I'm on monk mode. What black love am I bringing together? None. I wasn't getting married. Black love. I wasn't having no kids. Black love. I wasn't building the legacy for the next generation in the United States. Black love. I wasn't doing nothing that equates to black love except for being cool with sisters. And so some of y'all just like me too. And that's why I talk the way that I talk. Because y'all just like me. You know in 4, 5, 10 years, you about to leave. So what black love you bringing together? You about to leave. What kids and legacies are you bringing together in the States? You about to leave. And some of y'all ready, just like I am, to have kids in another country. You about to leave, player. You might as well embrace that one. Some of y'all we are so accustomed to being a part of the black community that it's funny to not, how can I word this? To now have to stand on the outskirts and let the black community truck keep riding down the road. And all you can do is just wave and let the black community be the black community. I ask you again, what can you do from afar for the black community, except for be a good example of what a good first a good American, then a good African or Afro-American or African descent person, and then thirdly, a good example of a black person is. That's all you can do is be an example. That's all I can do is be a good example. Or maybe send a few dollars home, of course, for some foundations. But that fight, the black community fight for passport bros, you can wipe that off, clean your nails out of that. You clean your nails out from that. And tonight has been a hard pill to swallow for a lot of individuals. But you're going to sleep on this tonight and realize, you know what? What he said, that kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense. You can't do anything for the black community from afar because the culture has changed. Time, the clock is going by. They love complaining. Communication, it's chaotic. Contradictions and changed. Things have changed. Let me hit these super chat. Shout out to my man. He said Albania. Let me check out Albania. Let me write this down. There's certain countries I just haven't looked up their information. So what's that? Serbia. Thank you. Serbia. Let me write that down. All right. I see you got a few of them down here. Should I be going to these places? Well, I'm about to do some homework, Mr. Croatia. Give me something to study. I love studying other countries now. I do not take any studying of other countries for granted. Shout out to you with the $2 and my brother with the super sticker. My 2 cents with the 1999 super sticker. For the love of the game, no comment at all, man. I appreciate you guys, man, tonight. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to exit with at least 149. I appreciate you guys being here. I kid you not. Oh, my. Hey, Kings, how you gonna donate on your birthday? Shout out to Kings of Dreams tonight. Happy birthday to the brother. I had a good time on the live stream. Had a great time. He said, thanks for pulling up earlier. I truly appreciate our brotherhood and friendship. I appreciate it too, brother. I really do. He said, I'll watch the replay of this. Salute, chat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great show, brother. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. We're about to head up out of here. You guys get you some rest. Enjoy your next couple of days. We'll be here this Friday for Friday night drink in hand. But I'm about to take a shower, get some sleep, and I know you guys are too. Shout out to the third shifters. Shout out to all the police officers that are out there that are listening in, all the fire department guys, all the guys that are military that are listening in. Like I said, all the third shifters, all the truck drivers that's on the road right now. Be safe, baby. I got your back. I got your back. I hope this helped out just a little bit. And especially shout out to all them 313 boys.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with us, Detroit boys. I'm up out of here, guys. You have a great one. I'll see you guys later. Once again, this is Andrea and Andrea's Love Crossing Borders.